Well, Strong Black, JBSC again. Uh, like I said in my last video, been kind of depressed. Haven't been able to get out of bed or do anything. Other this last couple days, obviously I got up to do at least these videos. I wanted to thank all the people that are watching. Trust me, I know there's only like 520 people or something like that. But I really do appreciate you guys. I mean, even with my last channel, I didn't make any money or anything like that, but gave me something to do, something to be happy about. Same with this channel here, what I'm doing right now. It gives me something to do. Hopefully it'll help me get out of this depression. So I really appreciate all you guys, and even the ones that didn't come over here that, were at my other channel. Thank them very much too. I'm very happy that they, watched and asked questions and, interacted with me. Uh, I wanted to get off the subject of the climate and the stuff about the world or whatever, or the religion. So I'll talk a little bit about me. When I was a kid, I had the first half of my childhood, I grew up with my mom and my dad. Second part, I just grew up with my dad. Well, actually, the next quarter, I grew up with my dad, and then the next quarter, I guess the last half, I want to say that I was with my dad, but I was really just living by myself. If I'm going to be honest. I mean, when I lived with both parents, I think my mother, she waited about 3 weeks to tell us that he moved out of the house. And we didn't know. We had no clue that he left. Like, you know what I mean? She could have waited a year or something, and we wouldn't have thought nothing of it. You know what I mean? Uh, I'm not going to talk that much about my dad. He's pure evil. Uh, the older I get, the more I know about him, the more I want to kill him. And that's one of my greatest regret is being a terrible dad when my kids were growing up. But my next biggest regret is that I did not kill my dad. And, there was many times I wanted to go get him, and I just didn't have the balls to do it myself. I figured if I got caught, I'd be in prison for the rest of my life. So I always wanted to take someone with me. You know what I mean? And I talked to one guy. I talked to him, and he knows who he is. I talked to him a couple times, I think twice, at least once or twice. I talked him into going. We were going to actually go. We were going to go up there and see my dad was in another state. We were going to drive up, whack him in the head, well, not whack him in the head. We were going to shoot him in the head. Drive back and just pretend we didn't know what was up, man, and then get the inheritance, and I was going to split it with him, you know what I mean? I figured, well, if I get caught, I at least have a buddy. My buddy will be in prison with me too, you know what I mean? So I was like, it wouldn't be as bad, you know what I'm saying? Just, but he backed out both times, or the one time, and so we never went, and I never went. But there were a few times I was getting ready to go by myself, and I just pussied out. But that's one of my biggest regrets. One of my biggest regrets. But I'm not going to talk that much about my dad because I don't. if I talk about stuff, I'll just get pissed off and I'll be screaming so loud. The audio is going to be crappy, and it's just going to make going to have a freaking heart attack. I do have stage 5, heart failure, and I need a heart transplant. So that's just getting to me. I'd probably get me up too upset. I mean, not to bring up one or two things, but like if I'm sitting here for 15 minutes, I can't for 10 minutes. That's not gonna happen. Plus, I don't even want to talk about that crap. But my mother, she was evil too. those evil bastards. I'll tell you what. No, my mother wasn't really evil, but she was a Christian. And like I said, the first 10 years I lived with her and my dad, and we were basically in a cult, a Christian cult. And, like we go to church for Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, sometimes on Thursday or Friday too, man, if they had some kind of, that didn't happen every week, but sometimes if they had some extra whatever thing, we go to that too. Like three times a week ain't enough. You gotta go 4, you gotta go 5, you gotta go live at the freaking church. If she would have put as much time as she put into her fake religion and her fake God, she would have the top 10,000 kids that she had, and she put time and effort into those kids. All of her kids would be Donald Trumps right now, billionaires, great families and kids and whatever. But she didn't care that, don't get me wrong. I hate to I hate to talk crap on her a lot of times. Well, not a lot of times, but sometimes. Because I do love my mother. I know she tried her best. You know what I mean? No, she was a better parent than me. Okay? So I can't, you know what I mean? I don't think that she's this horrible, horrible person and, whatever. I mean, she used to beat us. She had a stick about this long or whatever. It was it's kind of like a stick that, it was like a roller. If you ever seen a 3-foot roller or meter stick at the school, you know what I mean? How they have them long, whatever, and it's thin and thick, or about that thick and about that thin. And she'd beat you on your legs. She'd hold you out of one hand. You're gonna listen. But I've never complained about, and she used to hit me a lot. Oh, not a lot. She would hit you hard, man. It wouldn't just be like one hit. She'd just keep hitting you, man. But she actually, that was a good thing, man. Most of my life I was a criminal. If she wasn't there doing that, probably when I was 18 and 20, 25, I'd probably be in prison for murder or, robbing a bank and, something screwed up, man. Something really bad, man. But most of the stuff I've done is criminal. There's not even a victim, or there is a victim, but it's not. Like when I used to break into places, I mainly broke into places that had insurance. They were government buildings. And I don't mean the CIA or something. I'm talking like schools, you know what I mean, a library or something, something like that. Not a government, just government low, that had nothing to do with government. Those kind of buildings, mostly schools. And, it had insurance. That doesn't mean it was right. It was definitely wrong. I shouldn't have done it. As a pastafarian, I say it's wrong. But what am I going to do about it? You know what I mean? It's in the past, Statute of limitations ran out on it, so I don't have to worry about that. Now I forget what I was talking about. What was I saying? And something about my mother or my dad. I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. But anyways, we were in, she was crazy nut job on the religious thing, man. I mean, she was a real nut job. And, everything was shame with her, and she was a nut job. She was a crazy nut job. And I was a devout Christian, man. I was devout. And I was about 10 years old, but I was right before this video, I was trying to figure it out. And it was about 8 years old. At 8 was when I started realizing, this is a bunch of BS, man. I was like, this, it's not just BS, but it's crazy, man. It's crazy insane, man. And of course, you talk to anybody that's at the church or whatever, they're all nuts. So what are you gonna? It's like talking to a woke person. That's why I say that. See, this is what I'm talking about. My victimology. You people think that it's just so crazy that these woke people, you can't talk sense to them, and it's so irritating, and it's so, hey, this has only been happening for a couple of years for you people. I've been having crazy people that you talk sense to, and it doesn't matter how much facts you give them, they don't care. They don't care. They just want to believe their insane, crazy crap. No matter what you do and what you say, it doesn't matter. I've had to put up with it my whole life. How would you like it if you were born into a woke society? The whole society was part of the woke religion. You'd be like, whoa, man, this is crazy. You know what I mean? But, see what we got, 2.5 minutes. So anyways, like I said, she was crazy. Always whatever. But about 8 years old was when I started asking questions like, why did God, send his, human sacrifice his son? Why? That doesn't make any sense, man. Like, he let everyone kill his son so that he could forgive you because he couldn't forgive us. What does that tell a little kid, though, man? In my mind, that's telling me my mother will kill me if I lost my train of thought, man. That's why I hate not being able to edit. It's like, geez. I was saying she was crazy. I was saying at 8 years old I figured it out. Couldn't tell anyone about it because then you're the crazy person, not them. But about how Jesus had to die or whatever. What does that tell me? That means like if I do something bad and my mom can't forgive me, she's going to go kill somebody else so that she can. That's what you're telling a little child. God let somebody kill someone. I mean, let someone kill his son because he couldn't forgive humanity. I don't even. And I'm at 8 years old saying, well, that doesn't make so sense, man. What if he's God and he can do anything? Why don't he just forgive us? Why does he have to have his son killed before he forgives anybody? They're not even related. They correlate in any way, sense, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Oh no, it's because he loves you and he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He's God, but he can do anything, but he can't do that. He can't forgive unless somebody murders his son in a torturous way. Then he can, because that makes sense. That makes sense. But I was labeled crazy. I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one. They're telling me that that God can't forgive humanity unless somebody murders his son. That doesn't make sense. They got it brainwashed in their head. You know what I mean? And what's funny is, at that time, I didn't realize that Christianity is based on human sacrifice. I didn't know it was based on human sacrifice. So, I didn't put 2 and 2 together that basically God gave his only begotten son to be human sacrificed, to be the scapegoat, so that he can forgive all of us. You know what I mean?